All right, we are here. Let me just scoot this over just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit here. But, oh, this way. There we go. All right. Imagine this, guys. Check this out. Imagine you're sitting down at a beautifully set table. There are centerpieces, there are doilies, there are doodads, gadgets, and gizmos. Don't get me to try and explain all those beautiful things that remain on someone's beautifully set table, as I know many of you are preparing to deliver a Thanksgiving feast to those whom you love most. But I want you to think about it. The food looks incredible. The turkey is turkeying. The ham is giving. You know, the greens, they look delicious. It's got just the right amount of fat back in there. Everything looks so incredible and plated, and everything has been placed with care, love, and precision. It's looking almost too good to eat, right? I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to look. The way it's presented just pulls you in. You cannot wait to pull up to this table, have a seat, and get your grub on, right? This is setting the tone for the entire experience that many of us are getting ready to have on tomorrow, right? Because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Some people celebrate, some people honor that day in different ways with family. Public speaking is the same kind of thing. You could have set the best message, you could have planned for all the good things to happen, right? The best ingredients. But if your delivery isn't engaging, if your delivery doesn't invite the audience in, you run the risk of losing your audience. And then what you going to do then? What are you going to do then? Welcome to day 2 of setting the table, building a feast of connection in every room. I'm trying to get my seat to stop squeaking. I'm to Kenya, and my purpose is to help ambitious professionals like you gain clarity, confidence, and charisma in your communication. Today, we're moving from preparation to presentation. It's time to plate your message beautifully and deliver it in a way that captivates your audience. On yesterday, we talked about choosing your ingredients. So, choosing your ingredients meant that you were clarifying your audience. You're getting real clear on who it is that you're getting ready to be in front of. We talked about defining your purpose on yesterday. Like, why are you telling them what you have to tell them? And we talked about crafting your core message. What's the thing that your audience needs to walk away with? Today, we'll take those ingredients and focus on these 3 things, okay? We're going to focus on capturing attention from the very start, using your voice and body language and rhythm. These are the three things. We're going to talk about capturing attention from the very start. We're going to talk about using your voice and body language and rhythm to engage. And we're going to talk about delivering your message with confidence and authenticity. Those are the things that we're going to be talking about today. So, as I prep to deliver this message to you, I want to invite you to join the 30-day speaker sprint. Want more details? We can talk about it later. All right. So, I'll leave that running while I talk to you about this following thing here. I want you to be able to serve your presentation and serve your message so that it connects and leaves an impression on your audience. The first 30 seconds of your presentation are critical. Just like how a beautifully plated dish grabs your attention, it's so pretty you don't want to eat it, right? Your opening sets the tone for the rest of your speech. A great opening should do 3 things. It should grab your audience's attention, it should make them curious about what's next, and it should set the stage for your core message. I'll say that again. The first 30 seconds of your presentation are crucial and critical. Just like how a beautifully plated dish grabs your attention, your opening sets the tone for the rest of your speech. A great opening should do 3 things: grab your audience's attention, make them curious about what's next, and set the stage for your core message. So let's practice doing that. Let's go ahead and make one, right? I mean, we're here to get that work in. I don't want to just talk. I want you to learn as I talk. I want you to learn while I'm talking to you. You got to put in the work. I'm a teacher, baby. I'm a teacher. This is what we're going to do. So let's craft a strong opening together. And here's how you do it. How about you start with a powerful question, a surprising fact, or a short story? So you can start with a question, a fact, or a story. Here's an example. Let's pretend that I'm getting ready to start my speech. All right, I'm ready to present. I walk up to the podium. I've been introduced as an amazing person, and it's now my turn to speak. Here I go. Did you know most people decide within the first 10 seconds if they'll listen to you? Now I'm going to tie this into my message. In today's session, I'll show you how to capture attention and hold it. So, those two sentences. Did you know most people decide within the first 10 seconds if they'll listen to you? In today's session, I'll show you how to capture attention and hold it. So, I want you to take a couple of minutes and draft your own opening, and you can share it in the chat below. If you're watching the replay, you can share it in the comments below. Let's see how you can hook your audience right away. Right away. Because our attention spans are dilly-dallying all over the place. All over the place. Next thing I want to talk to you about is my Speak Like a Pro one-on-one accelerator. This is another way you can work with me. As we prepare to talk about how to engage through voice and body language, here's something I want you to know. Your voice and body language are like the seasoning for your message. They add flavor, emphasis, and personality to your delivery. You know, we got to have some seasonings up in there. We can't just be sprinkling a bunch of nothingness on there. You got to add the seasonings until the ancestors say, that's enough. They'll whisper to you, they'll say, oh, that's enough, beloved. Yeah, your voice and body language are like seasoning for your message. They add flavor, emphasis, and personality to your delivery. Here's what you need to focus on, and here's what I invite you to focus on your voice. Use variation in your pitch, pace, and pauses to keep your audience engaged. I'll say that again. Use variation in pitch, pace, and pauses to keep your audience engaged. It's another set of 3 Ps. If you speak too fast, they'll feel rushed. Like, where are we going? Why are we in a hurry? What's going on? If you speak too slowly, your audience loses interest. You've got to find your rhythm. Find your rhythm. Being a musician, I love this part. I love this part. This is one of my favorite parts. Body language. Again, this is something that's important to me as a singer. Stand tall. Make intentional gestures and maintain eye contact. Your posture communicates confidence. Finally, facial expressions. Let your expressions reflect the tone of your message. It builds emotional connections. We are people who seek the sight, the gaze of one another. We actively seek we seek each other's eyes so that we can learn each other's hearts and get into each other's minds. That's how we are built as people. So again, if you're focusing on engaging through voice and body language, some things to consider. Use variation in pitch, pacing, and pausing to keep your audience engaged. Repetition is also really good. If you speak too quickly, your audience is going to feel rushed, but if you speak too slowly, your audience will lose interest. Find your rhythm. Body language. Make sure you're standing tall. Get grounded. Make intentional gestures and maintain eye contact. Your posture communicates confidence. Finally, facial expressions. Let your expressions reflect the tone of your message. It builds emotional connection and it shows your personality. We want to know who you are. Who are you? You got to let us know who you are. So let's practice that, okay? We're going to take a line from your core message if you've already figured one out, and we're going to read it aloud, and we're going to exaggerate using vocal variety. We're going to exaggerate by using vocal variety. And what that's going to look like is I'm going to emphasize different words in my sentence. So my sentence is, and I'm going to read this flatly first. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. I almost read it like a question. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. Like I can see the pitch of that da 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 da. I can visualize the pitch of what I just said. It's kind of flat, except for the ending tweak, the turn up at the end. But this time I'm going to take that same phrase, every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking, and I'm going to emphasize the word leader, and I'm going to emphasize the word confident. And let's see if you can hear the difference. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. Did you notice the variation in pitch, pausing, and pacing? Those three things all were modified by me simply emphasizing two words, leader and confident. Leader and confident. I'm going to say the sentence again, and I'm going to emphasize the word leader and the word confident. You can do the same thing with your core message. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. I truly believe that. And if you want to add a little extra emphasis, if you want to put a little stank on it, if you want to put a little bit more seasoning on it, we're going to add a hand gesture. And mine are happening naturally. This is not, oh, and let me make sure I put my hand in this specific place at this specific time. Mine are naturally occurring. I don't know if it's because I'm used to being a performer. I'm used to being in front of people. I'm used to engaging with an audience. Even though I can't see you right now, I'm still trying to be engaging with you, you know? So I'm going to add a gesture this time, and I'm going to put a movement with the word leader. Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. Go ahead and share in the chat how this feels for you. Did you like the first version that I delivered? Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. Or did you like the final version that I delivered? Every leader deserves to feel confident when speaking. It's like, I mean that. I mean it. I mean it. Pitch, pacing, and pausing. Those are three elements that I just used there in one sentence. And I also want to take this time to invite you to our Speak Like a Pro membership as we prepare to build momentum with rhythm and flow. Speaking my language here as a musician and as a public speaking coach, these things go hand in hand to me. Speaking and singing are so similarly intertwined. It's crazy ridiculous. All right? I want you to think of your piece. I'm sorry, I'm thinking music right now. I want you to think of your speech like a piece of music. Think of your speech like a piece of music. It needs a rhythm, it needs a flow to it, and it needs to keep your audience engaged. It's got its own natural rhythm and flow. You don't buck against the beat. We're not clapping on the ones and the threes. We're clapping on twos and fours over here. Same thing with your speech. So here are 3 tips for the rhythm in your delivery. Pauses. Pauses. Use pauses to let key points sink in. Silence really can be very powerful. Pacing. Vary your speed. Slow down for emphasis. Speed up for excitement. Transitions. Smooth transitions between points keep your audience connected to the flow of your message. So we've got 3 things there. We've got pauses to let points sink in. Silence is very powerful. We have pacing, so you can vary your speed. You can slow down for emphasis, or you can speed up for excitement. And we also have transitions. Smooth transitions between your points keep your audience engaged and connected to the flow of your message. Now let's try it. I'm all about getting you involved. Let's get into it, okay? So, what you're gonna do is take a section of your speech, and you're gonna practice where you'll pause or change the pacing for impact. For example, pause after delivering a key point. And that's when the fight started. Pause. Slow down to emphasize an important takeaway. You may be wondering how I got here. Allow me to explain. Let's just slow it down just a little bit. Let's try it out. Or I'd like you to try it out and let me know in the chat how it changes the feel of your delivery. So, your presentation is your opportunity to showcase your expertise and connect with your audience. If you missed yesterday's session or you want to revisit today's tips, make sure you're signed up to access these replays. If you're already in the Speak Like a Pro membership, you're going to get this anyway. And if you're ready to take your speaking skills even further, consider joining the Speak Like a Pro membership. It gives you unlimited access to every series that I deliver live every week. It's a 3-day series every week, along with exclusive tools, coaching, and resources to help you refine your delivery as a public speaker. So today, we focused on plating your presentation, how to deliver your message with confidence, clarity, and charisma. Tomorrow, we'll move into leaving a lasting impression, because when people walk away from that table, you want them to walk away saying, "Ooh, that was the best meal I've ever had. That was the best speech I've ever heard." We got to get our dessert on tomorrow, y'all, because a great meal isn't complete without it. And your speech isn't complete until your audience walks away inspired and ready to act. I'll leave you with this today. Presentation isn't just about how you look, it's about how you make your audience feel. Serve your message with intention, and they'll remember it long after you've done. Long after you're done. See you tomorrow at 12 Central Standard for day 3, leaving a lasting impression.